Yeah, it was a great moment for Jack Hinchelwood, who'd come off the bench. It was a great moment for Fabian Hertzler as well, because Matt O'Reilly, another substitute that he'd introduced, was the man who made the
I'm really
goal.
pleased for him, because I've got to say, I thought he was excellent at Celtic, Jeff.
Yeah.
He really was.
He's had a really tough time.
And then he got that terrible injury.
Yeah.
It was his first game. Maybe his first game. Really poor challenge. It was an FA Cup tie, but good to see him back.
I think he's still got to win over a lot of the fans down there.
I don't disagree with that.
But that will help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
Look, people criticising Liverpool for having down tools, having gone to Dubai and Ibiza, but they've earned the right for that.
Of course they have. And of course they have, Jeff. No, I'll defend the right to do it. They've put the work in. They've got their prize. I always think it's difficult for them anyway, because people go out and say, we'll approach the game in the same manner, but psychologically you don't. Because with the greatest respect, Liverpool do not need to go out, with the same motivation for those games. And whether you can, some people might call it a lack of professionalism. I wouldn't. I say it's psychologically in your head anyway. Yeah. You want to go out and play well and do well, but there's still not the same drive. There's not the same importance on the game. So it's natural.
Yeah, absolutely. Just not quite the intensity that they would have if they were needing the win for for something, the title or whatever. Well, Adrian Durham and Troy Deeney discussed what they'd seen, and they agreed that Arne Slot needs reinforcements this summer.
It has highlighted that there's so much more for this Liverpool team to do. And yes, Salah missed a chance, but they can't rely on him every single week to get them out of trouble. Darwin Núñez again, not even in the game.
He headed one clear.
He did. Gakpo, didn't really speak about him enough. Chiesa, like these players, you have to start looking around now, saying, be really critical. They're looking at Man City will be better, Arsenal will be better, Chelsea you'd expect to get better. Are you going to be in a position to deliver? And at this moment in time, there's more questions than answers for a lot of these Liverpool players.
And Arne Slot said before the game, I think, Coist, that he gives them a chance to assess some of the players who hadn't played that much. Not everyone did themselves any favours, I think.
No, I know. The two Troy mentioned there, full enough, Chiesa and Núñez. Núñez, to me, I don't know about you, Jeff, he's one of these players I'm willing that we do well. Because I like the way he plays the game. He's all action, plays at a high tempo, he's aggressive, he's in the front foot. You can see he wants to do well. But the little bit of quality in front of goal, we're now at the stage it has to improve. You keep saying, well, he's unlucky there. You can only be unlucky a few times, Jeff. Do you know what I mean?
Do you think they'll persevere with him?
I'm not sure they will, mate. Do you know something? I am not sure they will. I told you what I'd do, and they laughed at me. I'd go and test the water for Harry Kane.
Yeah,
I would.
No,
I'd go and test the water for Harry Kane. He's scored, got all sorts of goals that he's won his title.
Yeah.
And he'd love to, I don't care what he says, he'd love to win things with a team in England, of course, but just as importantly, he'd love to be that top scorer.
He'd love
that
totally
top scorer.
Clinical finisher, which is something you could never suggest.
I mean, how many goals Jen Kane would get in that team?
So,
how many goals Jen Kane would get in that team with Salah and people like that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Diaz and boys like that.
Yeah.
I just think it wouldn't surprise me to see him move on.
Yeah. I mean, look, there's lots of talk about who they're going to bring in and so on and so forth. So, I think Tsimikas played last night. Did okay, but I think they're looking to definitely to strengthen at left back. Andrew Robertson, Tsimikas.
Yeah. And
it looks like Kirkus is going to come in there.
Certainly. And he's had an absolutely terrific season this year. Brilliant season. And the way, he didn't play Andy Robertson as consistently as he has done previous years, but he never completely left him out. So I'm not sure he's happy in that position with either of them. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. So I think he will reinforce there. I'd certainly look at, as I say, an out-and-out centre forward as well. Probably another midfield player. Yeah, there's definitely room for Liverpool to improve, and I think they will. I think they'll go and sign one or two.
Yeah, I love the way Troy, by the way, that was said, look, Arsenal will be better next season, Man City will be better next season, Chelsea will be better next season. Were we saying that about Manchester United and Spurs at the end of last season? We don't know who's going to be better next season. That's the truth of the matter.
Yeah. I mean, who would have thought Manchester City would through that period, which they did? And I still don't think they look the same team.
No, they don't.
No, the results have vastly improved from that period. Jeff, I was looking the other day. I think they lost 8 or 9 of 11. It was unbelievable, that run they went on. So, the fact of the matter is, they definitely, I would imagine they will be better next season. But you talk about transformation in clubs and changeover in personnel. I think there's got to be a massive one in Manchester City. We're talking about Liverpool, strengthening. Yeah, of course, and they will. But in terms of a change in personnel, Man City might be the one with the greatest change in turnover.
Yeah, completely agree, because we touched on it yesterday. The City side, the City squad now is nowhere near as good as the City squad of 2 or 3 years ago.
No chance. You're right. Spot on.
Yeah. We'll talk a great deal more about Manchester City during the course of the morning. Of course, we're just over 24 hours away from that All-English Europa League final between Manchester United and Spurs in Bilbao. Something like 80,000 English fans descending on Bilbao, which is about a quarter of the city's population.
Wow. It's a beautiful city.
I've never been there, but
at the moment,
yeah, no, I'm sure it still will be.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
03717 223344. Give us a call. Are you on your way there now? How are you getting there? When do you arrive? How nervous are you?
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.